How's everybody doing? Mike here at the Limo Garage. Today I want to show you guys something that's very important as far as electrical is concerned. And of course there's always one guy that drives by with a loud exhaust while I'm trying to talk. So anyways, electrical, very important, and this isn't going to cost you a dime, just a little bit of your time. Alright? Connections, very, very important. So this is a Lincoln limo that we just purchased last week, and first thing that I'm doing is going over all my electrical connections. I cut all this stuff off. See this? These are all corroded, nasty battery terminals. It's not going to cost you much more than 10 bucks worth of terminals and a little bit of your time, okay? Make sure you cut all that stuff off. Clean all this off, use a wire brush, make sure you've got good connections, and put new ends on these with a little bit of dielectric grease, and that's going to keep this from happening again. See all these connections? They're so vital and so important. You guys have no idea the headaches they're going to cause you if you don't take care of these things. Even follow them all the way over here to your alternator. Make sure you're taking this connection off. A lot of times I see these are all burned up and melted, and it's just because they're corroded around here. So take the time to clean that up, put a wire brush on it, a little bit of dielectric grease. You'd be amazed how much of a headache you could have by having a little bit of corrosion in here. Same thing here. I've already taken all this apart. See how nice and shiny that is? That's how it should look, okay? Now I want to show you what I'm doing over here. These are your body grounds, okay? Now, I already cleaned this one. See how this one looks? It's all nice and shiny now. You want to actually take it off, all right? Here's one that I'm working on right now. See how nasty and crusty this is all right inside of here? That's going to make for a really bad ground connection. That's when you start having charging problems, lights not working, batteries not charging, nothing but trouble. All you got to do is take these off, hit a grinder on these connections, little dielectric grease, put them back together. There you go. You're going to save yourself a world of headaches. Now, what everybody always skimps on is the secondary battery. Now on this vehicle, it's mounted in here. Now, I've already taken the battery out, and it's being charged. Now, when you're going to service a battery, make sure you're checking the water in it too. If it's not a sealed battery, you can actually take the covers off and fill up the water. Make sure you're using distilled water. Now, see how nice and clean and shiny that is? It was not like that when I got in here. It was all corroded, had rust on it and everything. So take the time to take these apart, wire brush them down, dielectric grease everything, and then put it back together. Because remember, when you've got a bad connection like that, with corrosion, what that does is it creates resistance. And resistance creates heat. That's when you get melted wires, fires, and fried out alternators, and guys are wondering why they're having electrical problems. This stuff is so simple and so basic, but so many people don't do it. Alright guys, that was just a quick tip for today. If you got any questions about electrical stuff, don't hesitate to ask me. Everybody have a great weekend and a happy 4th of July. Thanks for watching. This is Mike at the Limo Garage saying, be safe this weekend. See you guys next time. Alright, so I wanted to throw this in real quick. Those body grounds that I showed you guys were on the inner fender area right there underneath the hood. Now, you also got to trace out the grounds that go to the engine block. And a lot of guys skip this because it's either too hard to do or they don't know where it is. So, this is just as important as the grounds I just showed you, if not more important. Now, if you look way down in here, on the front side of the cylinder head on the engine, there's a ground. Very, very important. Right here. See where my finger is right there? There's about 4 grounds on that stud on the front of the engine block. Now I did notice that when I take the wheel off, it's a lot easier to get to. You can actually see it. There it is right there. So if you guys can see this, right here, I'm counting at least 3 grounds that come off of that same stud. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you remove this, wire brush these, and put this back together. That's your main engine ground. That's going to get ground for your starter and all your major electrical components. So I just wanted to add that in there and make sure that you guys were aware of it. That's very important. So I'll be taking that off now and cleaning it up.